What's up, guys? So starting today's video off with a rototiller. Man, this is my new whip. Gonna be driving this thing to work every day, but first gotta get it running. So no, obviously I'm not driving this to work. If you think that, then yeah, we're not gonna go there. So this thing, not running. You put starting fluid in it, and it just, well, I can show you what it does here. So grab a little bit of this here, gum out. Shout out to Ryan Turk. Spray it in there. Get this thing on idle and choke, and it just runs, stalls. So, I pulled the spark plug out, which was this one. It's a little bit fouled out, probably hasn't been replaced in years. Put this spark plug for my four-wheeler in it, but this spark plug still had spark. And if you don't know, you can check that by disconnecting your coil wire and actually plugging it in to here, and then putting it on a steel surface. Well, not on it, but a little bit far away from it, just like that. And then when you pull your cable to start it, then there'll be a little bit of lightning action coming off of it. So then that's how you know you have spark. And obviously if you don't, then your issue is going to be your magneto, your coil, whatever, on a small engine, or an ignition coil, or a wire on a normal engine that has spark plug wires. Most don't now. Most have coil on plug. So, but yeah, for a small engine, they're pretty much always going to be this way. So that's how you check that. So the issue is that I found is if we walk over in here, it had this like little sponge in the gas tank, and that's to like hold debris, so the carburetor doesn't get clogged. Well, when this sits in here for 15 years and the thing gets used once a year to till the garden, that thing is made to not fall apart, but when gas varnishes every year from it sitting and just keeps starting and starting and starting, yeah, that thing started falling apart. Like when I pulled it out, it literally just fell apart in my hands. So pulling the carburetor off, got to clean it, and got to get that varnished and debris-filled fuel out of this thing. So there's your rototiller mechanic portion of the video. Talon looking sad, and then we'll get to this thing here shortly. Surprise! Transmission's out, but to no surprise, a small block Chevy, there's oil everywhere. So I'm not sure if you can see in there. Probably can't. But the rear main seal on this thing is definitely puking. The oil pan, puking. The China wall, also puking. Distributor, puking. Even looks like the sealing surface for the oil filter is leaking. I mean, what isn't leaking? So, flywheel and ARP hardware is on the way. This thing needs a lot of TLC, and this Saturday was supposed to be the transmission out day. Well, me and a buddy from work, shout out to him, we pulled this transmission the rest of the way out. So I'm really hoping that we can get something figured out here, me and a few of my buddies, this Saturday, we're going to try to get these leaks figured out. I mean, we're going to have to lift the motor up, which is really irritating. Pretty sad, but it just is what it is. So got to get these leaks fixed because this thing just, it ain't stopping. I mean, the leaks are freight training. They're just getting worse. So let me get out from under this thing, and I'm probably going to start pulling some stuff apart. So, yeah, pretty unfortunate. Alright guys, she's coming apart. Coolant's coming out. It's a sad sight to see. You can literally grab the whole motor and it moves and everything's disconnected. Whole turbo kit I just took off as one piece. Should just be able to put it back on as one piece, but the idea is, while it's actually off of here, to get bolts in it so it seals right, because this is just an absolute nightmare trying to work on this in the car because it's just such tight quarters. So let this thing drain out all the way. Then we gotta get the oil drained, gotta get the belt off of it. I mean, you name it, it's pretty much gotta happen. It's really unfortunate. I'm pretty upset that it has to be like this, but yeah, you play the game with these cars like this. So I know this car like the back of my hand, so there's no worry for me, at least, that I can't get this thing put back together in a pretty short time. Got the wastegate, got the charge pipe with the blow-off valve, got my aluminum boost lines, starter's chilling over here, all this hardware and whatnot. Those are the old ones for the converter bolts. These are for the cross member, and then these units are for the torque arm, obviously drive shaft straps, and then these are bell housing bolts over here. So just going to be getting a new oil pan and gasket. It's going to be getting an intake manifold gasket with new China wall gaskets this time, not RTV. It's pretty much getting revamped. Excuse me, revamped. So, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna pull the Fiatech unit off, and just hopefully get this thing ready to go. Get all these oil leaks fixed, get everything just done that it needs. Ooh, hope you didn't hear that. Just get everything done this thing needs done. Here's a tranny. This is the new Hughes 3000 stall converter. I don't know if I mentioned it already, but the flex plate will be here Friday, if you're watching this today. And then I ordered a rear main seal Felpro, part number 2900. I ordered a Felpro intake manifold gasket set. I don't remember the part number. I can link it all in the description, everything I ordered. But it came with a distributor gasket, China wall gaskets, and then the two intake manifold gaskets. And then a new timing cover that's cast aluminum instead of the stamped steel garbage that's on it, because it leaks. So I also got a timing cover gasket set with a new timing cover seal, crank seal, whatever. That came with new water pump gaskets. So even though I just put this water pump on, I'm going to replace those again. There's a leak somewhere in the water pump area, so I'm just gonna have to figure that out. And I mean, the motor is gonna come as it sits right now. It's kind of back in there. That's just how it has to sit. It's gonna probably get a cherry picker hooked to it, and it's gonna have to come forward. And what's most likely gonna have to happen is, to do the intake manifold, I'm probably gonna have to put a cherry picker on it, pull it forward, pull the distributor out, then put it back in where it has to go, because the distributor is terrible to get out in this thing. And then it's going to have to come back out again once the intake manifold's back on with the gaskets and everything, set the distributor down. The idea is to probably do that before anything else, so the motor is not spun over in any sort of way, and the distributor can just sit back where it goes and be in the correct spot. So it sounds like a lot of work, and it is, but I mean, I can leave all the plug wires and everything hooked up and then come over here. If you're not familiar with the small block Chevy, it has a single coil. You just undo that main wire right there, and then the distributor is good to come off. So this thing is about as bare bones as it needs to be at the moment. I'm gonna have to pull the Phytech unit off. I loosened the fuel lines, but I haven't gotten them off yet because they're a little bit tight. So gonna have to figure that out. But the upper rad hose disconnected. The lower is sort of disconnected, and this is probably gonna leak like a sieve. Part 2, I'm sure, because it's gonna come out of the engine now. Surprisingly, it didn't. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm not happy about it by any means, but what do? You know, it's just, you know, the perks of having a race car, whatever you want to call it. It's by no means a race car, but it's my car, and I'm going to get this thing going for summer. And I'm going to keep telling myself that, and I'm going to work as hard as I possibly can to make it happen. And then hopefully come to some car shows around the area with it and the Talon. Once that thing gets tuned, hopefully bring some merch, get some attention, and maybe meet some fans that, well, people that support the channel that aren't family. So I'm going to end this video off here. This is going to be a pretty long one because of the rototiller shenanigans earlier, which, by the way, I'll show you real fast, really went south quick. We got a whole schematic here of all the linkage, had to order new gaskets, and this rig is going to need some TLC for sure. I mean, it's completely torn apart. But besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, comment. We're getting the shirt situation figured out. Possibly going to start getting them done somewhere else, because doing them at home, it's not like a burden or anything, or like anything terrible, and my girlfriend has been great help in doing it. But I think that this first batch of shirts is probably going to be the last that we make in-house, because it's just such a pain to do all that stuff, and it's just really time consuming. And yeah, so you know, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, dislike if you want to, that's on you. It's a pretty cool YouTube channel, so you really shouldn't have to do that. I'm just joking, but I'm not. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out.